Find the rocket in this video. Beware, it can be tricky. I'll be giving a shout out to the first comment. Good luck.
Hi class, I would like everyone to continue working quietly on the assignments that I handed out earlier this morning. Please make sure you answer every question carefully, show all of your work properly, and do not distract other students. I expect this classroom to remain calm and focused while I organize these papers for tomorrow's lessons.
Ugh. This assignment is taking forever. We've been sitting here doing boring work for so long, and I honestly feel like this is one of the slowest school days I have ever had in my entire life. I seriously wish something exciting or interesting would finally happen because I am getting completely tired of sitting at this desk doing nothing but worksheets.
Classic Caillou. Maybe the reason school feels so slow to you is because you spend more time complaining and looking around the classroom than actually focusing on your work, like everyone is doing right now. If you would just calm down and finish your assignment instead of whining every 5 seconds, then maybe time would go by a lot faster for you.
Oh please, Leo, it's not my fault these works are so boring. We've been answering questions all morning long and I'm starting to feel like my brain is shutting down from boredom.
Well, school is supposed to be about learning and completing your assignments responsibly, not constantly trying to find ways to entertain yourself or cause trouble whenever you get bored. Every single time you start acting restless like this, something bad usually ends up happening afterward.
Yeah, and whenever you say you want something exciting to happen, it usually turns into a giant problem for everyone else around you. I still remember the last time you got bored during class because it ended with Miss Martin getting angry and the principal getting involved.
Oh come on, you guys are exaggerating way too much. I'm not planning to do anything huge or dangerous or whatever you're all thinking about right now. I'm just saying that today feels ridiculously dull and I wish there was at least something fun or interesting to look at around here. Whoa. Hold on a second. Did you guys see that phone the principal was carrying by the window just now? That thing looked absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a phone that shiny or expensive looking before in my entire life.
Yeah, I saw it, but why are you staring at it like that? Don't even start getting weird ideas in your head right now, because I can already tell by the look on your face that you're thinking about doing something you definitely should not be doing.
I'm serious though. That phone looked awesome. It was super shiny, super thin, and it looked way newer than the old phone my dad uses at home. I bet it probably has all kinds of cool games, videos, and apps on it that normal phones don't even have.
Classic Caillou, it's literally just a phone. Why are you acting like you just discovered treasure or something? Besides, it belongs to the principal, so you shouldn't even be thinking about it this much in the first place.
Because it looked really cool, that's why. I mean seriously, imagine how fun it would be to hold a phone like that for even a few minutes. I bet the screen is super clear and I bet it has hundreds of amazing features on it too.
Classic Caillou, you are starting to sound way too interested in that phone and I honestly do not trust that expression on your face right now. Every time you get curious about something that doesn't belong to you, it usually leads to a disaster shortly afterward.
Exactly. And before you even say anything else, let me make this very clear right now. Do not even think about sneaking near the principal's office or touching that phone because that would be an unbelievably terrible idea.
Relax already. I'm not saying I'm gonna steal the thing or anything crazy like that. I just think it would be really cool to look at it up close for a few seconds. You guys always assume the worst whenever I get interested in something.
Classic Caillou. What is going on there? Is this some kind of meeting or what?
Nothing, Miss Martin. Just trying to focus.
All right class, I need to quickly head over to the copy room for a few minutes so I can make copies for tomorrow's lesson plans. While I am gone, I expect every single one of you to remain seated quietly in your chairs, continue working on your assignments responsibly, and absolutely do not leave this classroom for any reason unless there is an emergency. Is that understood?
Yes, Miss Martin.
Good. I trust all of you to behave maturely and responsibly while I'm away, and I do not want to come back. and discover any kind of nonsense, disruptions, arguments, or foolish behavior happening in this classroom whatsoever.
Hee hee hee.
Oh no. That laugh right there is exactly the laugh you make whenever you're about to do something incredibly stupid that gets you into massive trouble afterward.
Seriously, classic Caillou. Whatever crazy idea just popped into your head, you need to forget about it immediately because I already have a bad feeling about this situation.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you guys. Since Miss Martin is gone for a few minutes, I'll quietly sneak to the principal's office just to take a quick look at that awesome phone up close. I'm not planning to keep it or break it or anything like that. I literally just want to see it for a minute.
What? Classic Caillou, that is an absolutely horrible idea and you know it. You cannot just wander into the principal's office because you're curious about his phone. That is literally asking to get yourself into enormous trouble.
Are you seriously out of your mind right now? That is the principal's private office, not some playground or a toy store where you can casually walk around touching random things whenever you feel bored.
Classic Caillou, listen to me very carefully right now. If you sneak into that office and the principal catches you touching his stuff, you are going to get into more trouble than you have probably ever been in before. This is not worth it at all.
Oh come on, you guys are acting like I'm planning some huge criminal mission or something. The principal probably isn't even inside his office right now anyway, and I'm only gonna be in there for like 1 minute tops. Nobody is even going to notice I'm gone.
That is exactly the kind of thing people say right before everything goes horribly wrong.
Nope, I've got this completely under control. I'm just gonna sneak in quietly, look at the phone for a second, and come back before Miss Martin even notices I left the classroom.
This is a terrible idea.
A really terrible idea.
Hee ha ha hee. We'll see about that.
He is definitely going to get caught.
Oh absolutely. There is no way this ends well for him.
Alright, nice and easy. Miss Martin is busy in the copy room, the hallway is completely empty, and nobody even knows I left the classroom except Leo, Sarah, and Gina. This is honestly going way smoother than I thought it would so far. No way. The door is actually open a little bit already. This is perfect. I thought I was gonna have to figure out how to sneak inside without making noise, but this just made everything way easier for me. I don't see anybody in here. The principal must still be somewhere else talking to teachers or walking around the school or something like that. Look at all these trophies and certificates hanging everywhere. And wow, that desk is huge. I bet the principal feels super important sitting behind something that giant every day. Oh my goodness. It looks even cooler up close than it did from the hallway earlier. That thing seriously looks brand new. The screen is gigantic and shiny and it doesn't even have scratches on it or anything. This thing feels super expensive too. It's way heavier than I thought it would be. Dad would probably freak out if he ever bought something this fancy. Look how clear this screen is. This is way nicer than my parents' phones at home. I bet this thing can play games perfectly without lagging or freezing. Oh no 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 no. Why is it so loud? Okay. Calm down, Classic Caillou. Relax. Nobody heard that. Probably. Uh-oh.
Classic Caillou. What on earth are you doing in my office holding my phone? I asked you a question, young man.
I can explain.
Then explain right now, because from where I am standing, it looks like I just caught you sneaking into my office and touching property that does not belong to you.
I wasn't trying to steal it or anything. I was just looking at it for a minute because it looked really cool earlier when I saw you carrying it through the hallway.
So you thought that gave you permission to enter my office without authorization?
Well, not exactly.
Classic Caillou, this is completely unacceptable behavior and you should know better than this.
I was gonna put it back, I swear.
That is not the point. You had absolutely no business being inside this office in the first place, and you certainly had no permission whatsoever to touch my belongings. You're in very serious trouble now, and yes, you are not walking away from this situation easily.
Principal. Are you still really mad?
Classic Caillou, of course I'm still mad. I walked into my office and to a student secretly standing behind my desk holding my phone after sneaking out of class without permission. In fact, this situation is serious enough that your parents will be contacted immediately.
Alright, what happened this time? We got a phone call saying there was a serious incident involving Classic Caillou and that we needed to come to the school immediately.
Classic Caillou, why are you sitting in the principal's office looking that nervous? What exactly did you do?
Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, thank you for coming so quickly. Unfortunately, I need to inform you that your son was involved in a very serious incident today during class hours.
Serious incident?
What kind of serious incident are we talking about here?
Classic Caillou left his classroom without permission while Miss Martin briefly stepped away, secretly entered my office, and was caught behind my desk holding my personal phone.
He what?
Classic Caillou Anderson. Classic Caillou, what were you thinking? The principal's office is private. You cannot simply walk in and start touching things that do not belong to you whenever you feel curious.
I know that now.
No, you should have known that before you decided to do it.
Sorry.
Sorry is not enough for this kind of behavior.
Intentions do not erase actions. Classic Caillou, regardless of what you meant to do, your behavior today was inappropriate and unacceptable. Due to the seriousness of this incident, Classic Caillou has officially been suspended from school for several days.
Principal, we sincerely apologize for Classic Caillou's behavior today. We are very sorry that he invaded your office and touched your belongings without permission.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope this incident serves as a major lesson for him about boundaries, honesty, and respecting other people's property.
Trust me, Principal, when we get home there are going to be very serious consequences for this behavior. Caillou, get inside the house immediately because this conversation is far from over. I certainly hope so because your behavior today embarrassed your teacher, disappointed your principal, and embarrassed this entire family.
I didn't mean to embarrass anyone.
Intentions do not erase consequences. Whether you meant for things to go badly or not, your actions still created a huge problem.
I honestly cannot believe we had to leave our day behind and rush to the school because our son was caught sneaking inside the principal's office like some kind of troublemaker.
When you say it like that, it sounds really bad.
Because it was really bad. Since you decided to behave irresponsibly and got yourself suspended from school, your mother and I have decided that you are going to be grounded for 3 entire weeks.
What? 3 weeks. That's forever.
No, Classic Caillou, forever is much longer than 3 weeks, and considering how serious your behavior was today, you are lucky the punishment is not even longer.
But Dad, that's way too harsh.
No, sneaking into the principal's office was way too harsh on our patience.
During those 3 weeks, there will also be several additional punishments and restrictions.